Hello everyone, and welcome back to Planet Zoo. We're still working our way through the tutorials, although it looks like there are an awful lot of them. But we've done the first two, and now we're on to Panda Park. Panda Park is Bernard Goodwin's newest zoo, built from the ground up to celebrate the panda in all of its forms. This park represents an unparalleled opportunity to show the world just how much the Goodwin Foundation knows about breeding animals on the cusp of endangerment, so don't squander it. I wonder if they've updated that, because the panda only recently came out of endangerment. It was listed as an endangered species, at least the giant panda. I don't know about all species of panda, but it's no longer listed as an endangered species, as far as I am aware. They are, they've moved up one step, which is just to threatened. So there's work to be done still, but that's excellent work that a lot of conservation biologists have been doing. That's work I would love to get into someday. Not just in Planet Zoo. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, so let's go learn about some pandas. We might get to actually learn some stuff. Here we go. This game is so pretty. I've been away for a while, so do bear with me while I kind of relearn some of the controls.
Pandas. They're my daughter's favorite animal.
I can see why they're very cute.
I think it's fair to say that if ever there was an animal which has captured the public's imagination, it's pandas. Well, that's assuming you ignore cats and dogs. Obviously, it'll take more than a cute bear to knock them off of the top spot. Oh, but did you know, thanks to the incredible conservation work that's being done in China and around the world, pandas are no longer endangered. Amazing! That said, they're still considered vulnerable. So, this zoo is extraordinarily lucky and honored to be part of that conservation effort. It really speaks to our reputation, a reputation that you're going to be in charge of maintaining, along with all the general maintaining too. I really can't tell you how important the welfare of those pandas is. Oh wait, I can. It is vitally important. The eyes of the world are on you, my friend. Although, perhaps more pressingly, the eyes of Nancy are on you too.
It's probably more immediately pressing.
Welcome to China.
She's my boss.
This is Bernie's brand new Panda Celebration Zoo. So new, in fact, that it's not quite finished, but we'll deal with that later. First, let's take a tour of the zoo.
Okay, so we need to locate the giant panda habitat. Generally, it's the one with
Obviously,
these things
the giant
around it.
pandas are the main attraction for this zoo, and luckily for us, we have one which was born just a few days ago.
It's probably this.
Let's go and have a look at it.
I'm already looking
Go
at
on,
it.
don't be shy. Select the panda cub.
I'm pretty sure I'm already on the panda cub.
Oh, doesn't it just warm the cockles of your heart? So cute!
Very cute.
Did you know that giant pandas, or Ailuropoda melaleuca if we're being formal, are the only entirely herbivorous bears? They can actually eat up to 38 kilos of bamboo a day.
That's a lot.
Not that surprising, given that they'll spend up to 14 hours a day chomping away. I don't imagine this little fluff ball has that kind of appetite yet, though.
Oh no, there's a sick antelope we've got to quarantine.
Oh no. I just got word from one of our keepers that a sable antelope was placed into a habitat without going through quarantine first, and that they're displaying signs of disease. We'll have to move them into quarantine to stop the infection from spreading to the other animals. To do that, go to the highlighted habitat, find the infected animal, and then select them to bring up their information panel.
Alright, let's go. I was actually thinking about it, and I realized I do know quite a bit about pandas. Not a ton, but I wrote a paper on them in
Good.
college.
Now click move and then transfer them into quarantine.
How do I know
I've
that?
highlighted the quarantine facility in the zoo for you.
Oh good, it's right next door. How do I know this one's the sick animal? Oh wait, no, it's not next door.
Oh, phew. That's a relief. Now that we've stopped the infection from spreading any further, we need to build a vet surgery so the antelope can be treated and then returned to his habitat.
Right.
I've already highlighted where I'd like you to build it, so why don't we head over there?
It's right next to quarantine. I suppose that would make the most sense
In order
for where
to
the vet
build the
should
vet
be.
surgery, click on Facilities, Staff Facilities, and then Vet Surgeries.
Okay, there's too much on my screen. Facilities. Staff. Vets. East Asian Veterinary Surgery. Panda Park Vet Center. Seems like this is the one we should build, doesn't it? How do I rotate it again? Not like that. I've forgotten how I do. Okay, that's up and down. Can't see anything. Okay, there we go. This looks just like the next door one. It's like freaking out about it a little bit. Invalid rotation. Oh, there it is. Is that not what we were supposed to build?
That's the job.
No, it was. Okay.
Vet surgeries play a very important role in a zoo,
Oh,
as they're
we're
the
already
only
getting
places
deliveries.
that vets can treat the animals. Once there's room for the antelope, the vet will pick them up from quarantine and bring them to the surgery. Yes, diseases can spread through a habitat quite easily, especially if the water inside it isn't being cleaned regularly. As it happens, I just got a report that one of our water treatment facilities has broken down and the water in the flamingo and saltwater crocodile habitats has gotten dirty. I've highlighted the water treatment facility for you, so you should go and check it out.
Alright. Oh, it's just over there. Alright, I want to just hold up for 1 second though. I really should just do this before I ever play this game because I forget it in between each time that I do this. Let's see, like rotate. No. Placement controls. Raise, lower, rotate is Z. Oh no, yeah, we did that, Z. Okay, just rotate 90 degrees is Z. Okay, so snap rotation is just Z without the dragging. So, I assume we need to call a mechanic. I've located it though. I really have. I have located it. It is here. Yeah. So, overview. Maintenance? Last visit was 6 months ago. Here it is. I have
Click on the
located
water
it.
treatment facility to bring up its information panel.
See, now it's broken
Yes,
because I've highlighted
I don't think
it.
you need a degree in mechanics to tell that this thing's thoroughly banjaxed. Click call mechanic to get him to come over and fix it for us.
I already did that. Here he
So,
is.
just to explain, water treatment facilities work in a similar manner to power sources,
Good to
in
know.
that they have a radius of influence around them. That means Any body of water which is even partly within that radius will be cleaned automatically. Also, like power sources, if they get damaged, that radius of influence will shrink, meaning that it might stop cleaning water sources which were only just within its reach. If you want to check how much of your zoo is covered by your water treatment facilities, then there's a heat map you can use to see the coverage. That way, you can quickly spot problem areas and rectify the issue.
I do want to see, but it won't let
Good
me
work.
look.
Now that the water treatment facility has been repaired, the water will be cleaned up in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. You can also use mechanics to repair power facilities, transport rides, spins, benches, signs, and, as you already know, habitat barriers. Now, I'll be honest, I'm still a little worried about that disease scare we had, so I think we should do some research into it. Doing research into a disease can help prevent future outbreaks of it. And even if we do have an outbreak, it'll make the disease much less potent.
Okay.
I'd like you to start some research into bordetellosis. Disease research can be found in vet research, so head over to your research centre and get one of the vets researching it.
Bordetellosis. Something like that. You might need to scroll to find it. Thanks. Oh, probably. Okay, here.
Lovely job.
Right.
Once that research is complete, I expect we'll send that disease packing in no time.
I don't know why the heat map for the water facility wasn't working.
That was a close run thing with those antelopes. I dread to think what might have happened if you hadn't got them into quarantine as quickly as you did. Fast thinking there. We had a horrible outbreak of viral gastroenteritis here at Goodwin House. Although, luckily, that was just limited to me and my wife.
Right. Now that we've got all our urgent tasks in hand, we can start to focus on the guests and improving their time in the park.
Alright.
You see, you can also do research into new and improved guest facilities, transport rides, as well as new types of barrier and other things via the workshop. I've highlighted the workshop for you, so head over there, select it, and then click on View Workshop.
Clicked something else. Click on the workshop building, then hit View Workshop. Where might that be expected? Staff room small, water treatment. How do I just highlighting all of it, but none of those are a workshop. But like that's where it's supposed to be. Is it just behind this? Okay, there we go. View it.
And
That was
finally,
difficult.
assign a mechanic to research souvenir shops by dragging and dropping them onto it. I can't wait to see what they come up with.
Just souvenirs, like a specific one? I guess not theme. Food, power, eat, souvenir. Okay, so we're here.
Great
We
stuff.
have a 3-star
That
mechanic.
research will take a little while, so let's
They
have a
need
look
to
at
do
something
better.
else in the meantime. Because we've had some good news.
Good news. A baby panda. We already had one of those, I suppose. Locate the highlighted area.
It turns out that we're allowed to adopt more giant pandas. The authorities have given us 3 females to help with our breeding program. Even so, I'm sure you know how notoriously difficult it is to get pandas to breed.
It is. It's actually
so
really
we'll
difficult.
have to be patient. Our current giant panda habitat is full to the brim, but luckily we've already got another habitat ready to go. But before we move our new pandas in, they'll need to go through quarantine. Of course, we can't do that until we've accepted them. So open up animal trading and go into the animal reward section.
It's weird
Just
that they're
click transfer to animal storage next to each of the pandas and then they'll be sent there.
Alright.
Finally, we can send them from animal storage to quarantine. To do that, just select them in animal storage, Then click Send to Zoo, and then click on the quarantine facility in the zoo. Don't worry, I've highlighted it for you so you can find it easily. While we wait for them to clear quarantine, you should set up their new habitat so they feel at home in there. I'll also need you to bring over one of the male pandas from our other habitat, because without him, we're not going to have much of a breeding program, are we? So go on, move him over and get everything set up for your pandas.
These guys are all just here eating. Where do I... Okay, so this is a male. Where's the new one? Oh, it's over here. Okay. We're moving a male. Hopefully they didn't care which one, because I just picked the first one I found. Okay, add a feeding station, add food enrichment, add toy enrichment, increase terrain welfare to 90, increase plant welfare to 90. This is a gorgeous habitat. They're getting spoiled. Guess they are pandas. So, probably slow this down now, because here's our panda. We can filter it to... Oh, we just need to do species, right? It's probably under G. Yep, giant panda. So is that the food enrichment that we need? Add a feeding station? Which we've done now. So now we need food enrichment. Just gotta pause the game for a second here. So can we break this up? Food and water. Feeding stations, water stations, heaters and coolers, beds and shelters, enrichment items. So increased terrain and plant welfare. Food enrichment. We didn't have any food enrichment. Oh, maybe this counts. Yeah, that counts, okay. So terrain and plant welfare for the animal. So we need to take a look at its environment. More plant and tree coverage. So let's start with terrain. It needs more grass, short, needs less grass, long. Everything else is okay. So that's not too bad. Habitat. No. Nature. Wait, there's a terrain tab. It's over here. Haha. Less long grass, more short grass. Less grass long. So we just gotta find it. Knock it out. Is there like grass in here? No. That's other stuff. So what we don't want to do is we don't knock out any of the other terrain types because they're correct. So we gotta just find this long grass and get rid of it. So we gotta get it up to 90. Okay, terrain's at 100 now. So that should be all good here. Yeah, so we need to increase plants also to 90. And we can Asian temperate. We just want Asia and temperate. So I imagine we want like bamboo, right? I mean, that's what they eat. Can we just like add whatever? That plant is like, I guess it's a bush. Okay, why do the trees sometimes decide to be sideways? I don't want sideways trees. I mean, it makes sense. They kind of live in the forest. We'd
Good
want them-
news. Our new female pandas have been given a clean bill of health. You'd best move them into the new habitat so they can settle in. And I hope you've made their habitat as comfy as possible, because animals will only breed if they're happy.
I did my best. You interrupted me while I was placing trees. I also don't know why it's dark. Is the day like really long here? What am I doing? Locate the highlighted area. Alright, so we need to move our pandas probably from the quarantine. But I'm going to do that next time. So if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and as always on the purple Pegasus, and I'll see you guys in the next one.